There's a captain in Tavernier, Florida, who runs the only shark feed dive in the United States. He's a one-handed legend, and honestly, he might be Aquaman in real life. That is Captain Slate. A lot of people are going to hear the word shark feed and immediately have a negative reaction. They picture chaos, recklessness, some kind of underwater circus. Before you calcify that opinion, you should experience this dive for yourself with Captain Slate Scuba Adventures. See the respect and care they have for these animals up close. And if after that you still don't like it, take it up with Slate. Let me know how that goes. Hey guys, if you're new here, here's something awesome. We hide real treasure underwater. We call it the hunt. If you find one of our coins, you win high-end dive gear from the brands that we trust. This thing is really picking up steam. We've landed some of the biggest brands in the industry and resorts all over the world. If you want early clue access or priority invites to our guided trip so that you can come on one of our coin hunts, sign up in the email list below. I'll shoot you an email. And before we go any further, I need to say this. I have never been on a charter where I felt more like family. Captain Slate, Tiffany, and Dylan aren't just operators. They're people I now consider to be true friends. And I can't wait to take Gunner back there next month so that he can experience this amazing dive. I also feel like I need to be transparent. If you do this dive, you're not going to be doing what you see me doing here. The rules are crystal clear. Knees on bottom, hands clenched in a fist around your BC straps. And there's a reason for that, and you'll see it in this video. What matters is the level of skill and awareness this crew operates at to keep divers safe. That's apparent the entire time you're underwater. That said, this is still the ocean. The eels are fast, they're sneaky, and their bite is punishing. If you want the full explanation, ask Captain Slate while you're there. But trust me, it becomes apparent. I went down early with Buck Buchanan from Dive 911, an Emmy Award-winning underwater photographer, Fraser Nivens, who captured a lot of the third-person shots that you're gonna see in this video of me. Before we even hit the bottom, it was clear this is one of the most thriving and flourishing reefs in the Keys. And you have to make the connection that what they're doing here is helping despite what some might say. Almost immediately, a massive Goliath Grouper decided I was his person and followed me around like a dog for the entire dive. But the moment the energy really changed was when Dylan dropped in with the bucket. It was like a dinner bell went off. What looked like 10 different eels and a half dozen sharks instantly knew exactly what time it was. And watching Dylan calmly move through this mass of eels and sharks was incredible. You couldn't help but to get lost in it and start wondering what kind of life leads someone to do a job like that. I don't think I've ever been that jealous. What did register was watching how Tiffany immediately took care of her diver. Calm, professional, like this was second nature. That's when it really hit me, the level that this operation is on. I stayed there lost for a while just watching Dylan wrangle these sharks and eels. It's incredible, you can see it all play out here. By this point, I'm freezing. This had to be one of the coldest dives in the history of the Keys thanks to an uncommon cold snap. Shivering and reluctant, I said goodbye to my grouper friend and made my way to the surface while calculating how I was gonna convince Captain Slate to give me a job. Look, I could ramble on about the culture that this man has built here, but it's one of those things that you really just have to experience firsthand. It's exactly the kind of adventure that we love at Generations Below. It puts the excitement and the romance back into diving. I'll be running the full dive captured by Fraser Nivens as its own standalone video on the channel, so stay tuned for that. And as always, the link is in the description if you want to book a creature feature dive with Captain Slate. Trust me, you do. Hey guys, I'm Jeff and this is Generations Below, and I've got some huge news for you. Generations Below started as a way for me to share my passion for diving with my son Gunnar, who we certified at just 12 years old. Watching his transformation underwater changed everything for me, and I fell in love with this sport and what it gives back to people. That's why we founded the Next Gen Divers Foundation. Our goal is simple: to give kids access to scuba diving who would never get the chance otherwise. Next Gen exists to fund junior diver certifications and their first set of essential gear. Kids can train with the dive shop they choose and we reimburse the cost. And through our relationship with dive brands and the funding we raise, we will help put them into their first real dive kit. Every diver sees firsthand what our oceans are up against. And every diver, whether they realize it or not, becomes a conservationist. Next Gen Divers Foundation is a federally recognized 501c3 and all donations are tax deductible. You can donate once or become a monthly supporter of the cause. If you want to truly impact the next generation of diving, help grow the sport, and protect our oceans and reefs while giving kids something to be proud of, support the Next Gen Divers Foundation, donate below, and we'll see you down there.